So I have 7 tips for you today of how to speed up your case. So make sure that you listen to all of them, because some of them are things that aren't on USCIS's website. They're not things that are you typically hear about what you can do to speed up your case. And then at the very end of the video, I will give you a ton of resources about exactly how you can do this. So make sure you stay tuned. Hi everyone, this is Courtney with GrayLaw TV, and I hope that you're all staying healthy and happy in these really strange and unsettling times. It's my birthday, first of all. Just want everybody to know it's my birthday, and I decided today that I'm going to do all the things that make me happy, so I wanted to make a video. So I want to talk to you a little bit today about how to speed up the immigration process, how to make it go as quickly and as swiftly as possible. The thing that slows down cases the most is when you get a request for evidence. That's something that everybody calls an RFE. So when people are talking to you about RFEs, they're talking about a request for evidence or a notice of intent to deny, that people call annoyed, or just a flat out rejection. A lot of times USCIS will look at the initial filing, think that it's so deficient that they'll just send it back. So the first thing that I would tell you is to make sure that you have everything they want in the initial filing, every form that's supposed to be there, every document, all the supporting evidence, that you send it to the correct place with the correct fee. Okay, and I'll be giving you some resources to help you do that at the end of the video, okay? And USCIS online has a lot of checklists now. So if you were to Google I-130 checklist, USCIS, and the first couple of results that you get, it'll take you to the USCIS website. Make sure that you're going to uscis.gov and not some random person's checklist, right? And there's a checklist there that you can go through item by item to make sure that you have everything there for your I-130, and they have that for a lot of forms now. So make sure that you check that out. They send you an RFE. It takes time. It stops the clock for them. It takes time to get all the documents together and send it to them, and then they get basically a new clock. So it could really set things back quite a bit, okay? So make sure that all your documents there, everything is in order, that it's all sent together all at once. If you do get an RFE, respond to it as quickly as possible, or annoyed, respond to it as quickly as possible. If you get a rejection, figure out what went wrong, pay close attention to why they say that they're rejecting it, and then assemble it as quickly as possible and get it back out, okay? And that way the clock will start running again, and your case will be processed a little more quickly. The second thing that you can do is file for premium processing. It's Form I-907, okay? And it's on the USCIS website. And you can send in that application along with the filing fee for the Form I-907. And what this gets you is, instead of the 9-month processing time or the 4-month processing time, they have to give you a reply within 15 days. Okay, 15 calendar days, not even business days, calendar days. So 15 days from when they get it, they have to give you a reply. Now that reply can be a request for evidence, at which time the clock stops, and then you give them the evidence, and then they have another 15 days. But it really does shorten the process quite a bit. Now the trick with premium processing is that not all applications are eligible for premium processing. So you have to go on the USCIS website and look at that list of premium processing cases that are eligible for filing, okay? Again, I'll give you a resource for this at the end of the video, so stay tuned for all of those resources that I'm going to give you, birthday resources. The good thing about premium processing is if you're not sure if you want to file it, you don't have to, okay? So you can file it either with your application or you can add it later on. Okay, so it's not something that you have to do right away, but let's say, you don't have the grant now and it's taken them a couple months and you were hoping to get something in the earlier end and you haven't, and now you want to add premium processing, you can go ahead and file the I-907 application at the same, there are instructions online, but typically it's at the same place as the, whoever issued your receipt. So if you got a receipt notice from Nebraska Service Center, then you would send a copy of your receipt notice and the I-907 application to the Nebraska Service Center, okay? This is something that not a lot of people know about, but there are certain reasons that USCIS will expedite your case. And you can do it also at the time of filing, or you can do it later on. So they'll do it if there's going to be a substantial financial hardship to an individual or to a business, if they've made some sort of errors, or there's a government interest for it to be expedited. So the way that you do it, there's no form associated with an expedited filing. You just send them a letter requesting it. So you could send that with your application. If you do, I would put something on top, maybe on a colored sheet that says expedited processing with lots of asterisks and things around it, so that they see it. Or you can ask for it later. So your case has been processing for a while and now there's some sort of need for you to get expedited processing. You can send a letter to the USCIS Service Center or local office that's processing your case and request for expedited processing. And again, you just do that in a letter, and I would make it bold, expedited, request for expedited processing or expedite request, and make sure that you include one of their reasons, right, for getting a case expedited, and include evidence. For example, if it's a substantial financial harm, include evidence of what that harm is, a letter from an employer stating that there will be substantial financial harm if this case isn't processed, and why. So your case has been pending, and you've dutifully gone online and looked at the processing times. So processing times are listed at uscis.gov, and I'm going to give you a lot of resources at the end of the video. So you look, and your case is supposed to be processed in 2 to 4 months, and guess what? It's been 4.5 months. So what do? They're outside of their processing times. Well, there are 2 ways that you can make a service request, okay? One is by calling USCIS customer service line, and the other way is online, okay? So you could do either of those 2 things to let them know, hey, you're beyond your processing times. Please look into my case and process it. So let's say they're well over processing times. You've done a service request. You're still not getting an answer. How do you compel USCIS to act in that case? So what you can do is talk to an attorney and file something called a writ of mandamus, okay? So this is an action filed in federal court, which would compel USCIS to issue whatever it is they're not giving you, right? So in this case, an answer to your case, to process your file and give you a decision, okay? It doesn't say that they have to give you a favorable decision. It just says that they have to give you a decision if your writ of mandamus is granted by the court. Reputable lawyers, reputable immigration attorneys know how to do this stuff, okay? So they're not going to make the rookie mistakes, right? That it's easy to make because this stuff is so confusing. If you hire a lawyer, your chances are just greater that the case is going to be approved because you have somebody who understands the system, understands how it works, and they can file everything. You're less likely to get an RFE. You're less likely to get a rejection or annoyed. They know how to put this stuff together in a way that USCIS likes. That being said, there are a lot of people who would take advantage of immigrants, okay, and call themselves lawyers, or there are a lot of people who are just not reputable. So make sure that whoever you're dealing with is a reputable, licensed attorney who knows what they're doing. You can check on the state bar, whatever state they're in. You can check on their bar website to make sure that they're listed, that they're actually a lawyer. And some of those websites will list if they've had any, if they got into any trouble for doing anything they shouldn't be doing. And so you can also ask around, and you can tell sometimes from websites who their clients are and what they're doing. So make sure you do a little bit of checking around and digging around, make sure that individual is a licensed, reputable attorney. So I know some of you are going to be thinking, she's a lawyer, of course she's going to tell you to hire a lawyer, but I'm not telling you to hire me. That's not what I'm telling you. Actually, if you look on our page, you won't see our information anywhere. You don't see our address, our phone number, our email, anything, because this is not the way we generate business. So I'm going to tell you a little bit about Humberto Gray. He's been practicing for about 30 years. He's one of the most highly respected immigration lawyers in the nation. He does this because he wants to help as many people as possible. We have clients coming out of our ears. We have so many clients, we don't know what to do with all of them. So our business is completely word of mouth. He does not advertise. It's just goodwill, okay, and the good work that we're able to do for people. So that being said, I'm not saying this so that you hire us. I'm saying this so that you go out and you find a good, reputable attorney, okay, who can help you navigate this process, because it should be a straightforward process, but it's not. It's a very confusing and it can be pretty tricky. So I would advise anybody to seek the advice of counsel, if you can, okay? And there are a lot of good community-based organizations that help people without cost. If it's not something that you think you can afford, you can look into that as well. And those organizations are also very, very good. I've been getting so many emails from folks and calls, is it a good time to apply? I don't know, there's so much going on right now. The clock doesn't start until you apply. The sooner you apply, the sooner your case can get approved, and the sooner you don't have to worry about any of this anymore. If you have an avenue, if you have a route to get a green card or to get your citizenship, I would strongly suggest that you do it so that you can have peace of mind, eventually so that you can vote, you can get in the short line at the airport, and not have to worry, and you can apply for your family. You won't have to worry about this stuff anymore. As to all the promised resources, what I'm going to do is I talked about a lot of different things you could do to speed up your process, and I'm going to link where exactly you can go to navigate this, where you can go to get those checklists, where you can go to do a case status inquiry. I'm going to link all of those below. So scroll down and you'll see all of that information there. You can pop right over to those places so that you can speed up your case, okay, and learn how to do that. I'll link the premium processing, all of that. Anyhow, thank you for hanging out with me on my birthday. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe and click the bell so you can get all of these videos right away. And we'll be sure to keep doing these. Make sure you comment about videos that you would like to see. I'm doing this one because somebody suggested that we do it. So, we do our best to listen and to give you exactly what you're looking for. So thanks for watching GrayLaw TV, and don't forget to like and subscribe.